It's your girl Angie Smalls, and we are back, our very first episode of 2025. Man, it has been a year and it just started. We're here in LA, and I got my special guest, Rollin.
Hello.
Thank you for...
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. You and I have crossed paths a few times.
Yes.
At shows. You work with some very big artists.
Yes.
You have quite the resume when it comes to music. So you're the perfect guest to be back for our first episode of the year.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
We even brought a little bit of tequila.
There you go.
For the new year. You got a little bit of a cold, so, you know, this should help.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's pour a little shot.
Great.
So you were just telling me you are traveling a lot.
I've been traveling a lot.
I don't know if you want to say where.
The last place I traveled to, well, it was a beautiful place, and definitely go again. I believe maybe I'm going in February, and but that was quite an adventure. I have been working.
So where was it?
This was Saudi Arabia.
Did you say that? I'm sorry. I did not hear you say that. Oh, okay.
So I went to Saudi Arabia with one of my best friends. His name is Thomas Pridgeon. I'm his drum tech, so I went there with him. He played Eye of the Tiger at the Tyson Fury fight, which was amazing. And so we got, it was like a 22-hour fight. In a couple of days, he'll be performing with Fever 333, and I'll be there as well. Myself, I've been also working with my new band called Sick, Something Inside Could Kill. I also work with Raven Gray, which she's an awesome artist, which I'll talk about her in a minute. And I believe that I'll be going on tour with Mimi Barks here in the USA sometime in March. So a lot of traveling, and then we also have Warped Tour and a whole bunch of other different stuff for Fever 333 coming up this year.
Dope. Yeah, so you are a music industry veteran. Been playing drums since you were 2 years old.
That's correct, yeah.
So you were destined.
Destined for the Hollywood life, right?
Yeah, so what do you think about, living this LA lifestyle?
You know what?
Is this strong, by the way? Sorry, I didn't bring
That's okay.
I didn't even bring a mixer.
We don't need a mixer.
Okay, good.
So, you know what? I love LA. It's very sad what just happened. And I'm also about to, so all my music, I took it off of United Masters, which it was on prior. I got a deal with Sony through HUMAG, which is this company in New Jersey. Rob Schwartz, he's like a director of his own company. He has some new studios in I'm trying to think of the place. It's like where you can gamble in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. No, Atlantic.
Atlantic City, yes.
Okay.
He's got the whole Atlantic City locked down in Philly, and just the music business. Like, he's helping a lot with that. So I've been working with him before, but now I'm working with him, like with my own record label, Diamond Cut Records with a K. And so my first single that I'm going to drop is Into the Flames, which I recorded with artists that I work with, Raven Gray. And so I wanted to donate half of the money when I put it out to, something for the people who lost their homes with the fires and stuff. Or, I'm working on that. That should be coming up soon. So I'll give you a link once it's done, coming soon.
So how can we support that movement? Because that's what he had told me when we were speaking and we were deciding to schedule this. He said, I have this song, I'm republishing it, and...
Yes, I thought it says Into the Flames. It's a love song, but I just thought my original idea for a video of it was me in my truck driving, down, driving away from California, and California was on fire. So I just saw that in real life, and I was just like, well, you know, thank God that not too many people have been hurt. I know people have lost their homes, but it's not that much of a death toll. I don't think.
Oh, well, this is in the
I haven't been watching the
20s.
news because I've just been trying to survive. I have kids and my family too, and they were devastated. Like our phones told us we had to evacuate, and they were crying, saying, "Oh my God!" And I said, "Just grab a bag."
It was scary.
So that kind of stuff, it hurts because
It is traumatizing.
yeah,
We're all a little
I'm already dealing with a lot of trauma.
we're all a little shell shocked, and I hate
Yeah.
to say that word because
Yeah. No, rest in peace.
rest in peace,
Seth.
Shifty.
Yeah, I worked with him for 7 years. 2 years prior to him passing away, I didn't work with him. I quit on basically on a tour because But for the 7 years, we were on a tour to get sober because in LA it's so easy to be involved with heavy duty drugs and just like get captured into the nightlife or the scene or whatever. So we kind of made a pact to like, hey, let's just be gone always. So for the 7 years that I did work with him, and with my the help of my old travels through touring and stuff, and other people who put us on, also Chuck Bernal with Artists Worldwide, he helped out at the very end and continued to help, and well, it took a toll. Prior, we had, I had gotten, I think it's called lambasted or something like that. Like, he put some stuff on social media about me because I had quit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was pretty bad. But I never said anything. Nothing ever
So
happened.
Shifty.
Shifty did that to me, yeah. But
Okay.
prior to him, well, when I was on tour with Fever 333, on Valentine's Day, he released a new record with some people that were dealing with Crazy Town, and he came with a knife to my house
Oh my God.
while I was in London at a show, and so it was 10 o'clock at night, and it was 2 o'clock during the time in LA, and my lady called me and said, "Hey, Shifty's at the door," and she's like, "But I had a FaceTime." She's like, "Look," and she showed me the knife coming into the thing. He was trying to break in or whatever, but he was talking to her like, "Open up," and
Oh man.
so I had to deal with that, and then
Yeah, so Shifty was, as you guys know, he overdosed
Yes.
in was it last year now?
it was last year, I think June 24th. Yeah.
And so he was dealing with a lot of demons, but you guys were family.
Yeah, we were family. He
You
lived with me at that place for 3 years, off and on. But that was our home base because when we come home, all the instruments go there. It was our place, and always hanging out, trying to detox in the hot tub, and so yeah. I mean, the lucky part was maybe like a week prior to him passing away, he sent me like a text and said, "Hey, I'm sorry for what I ever did to you. You were always a real family, and you showed me how to be a family." And but then he said, "Hey, you wanna come on this tour with me?" But I said, I can't. Like I'm on tour right now, and yeah.
That's interesting that you
And then
said that.
And then he actually blocked me and said, "I'm going to show this to everybody. You don't want to do this with me, and you're lying about going on tour." So I said, what, block. And I just, and I think the reason why he was there is because he was trying to reach me, but I was like, why is he calling me? And because I hadn't talked to him for a while, so he called me, and then that thing happened at my house on Valentine's Day. So maybe he wanted to talk to me. I really don't know. But prior to that, he apologized, and then he passed away. So at least I said, "Don't worry, brother." Like after he said, "Hey, sorry," I said, "Don't worry, brother. Try to get better." And then he was like, "I'm great," and but after I said no, he was like, "You're not going to say no to me. I'm going to show everybody, and F you." And so I just blocked it because I'm done with the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. Shifty,
Rest in
and
peace, buddy.
he definitely was dealing with some demons. But that's how I met Rollin, was when you guys came to be interviewed at Rockefeller Records
That's right.
Studios. And that was, you guys were so cool there. You know, I had a great time. You guys did a great show. Jackie, one of the hosts, has also passed away.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's still alive, right?
Jimbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
No, I hope he is doing
Yeah.
great, because they were a great couple.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, we had a couple shows with them. They would show up. It was cool because I was never a part of that prior. And then, you know, we were doing shows where they were there and had their little, you know, podcasts and
Yeah,
everything.
Jackie was so sweet, and she let me. I just have this story that I think about her all the time, because it was really windy that day. The show you guys did.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And she let me borrow her sweater. Yeah, no. So you've been doing all kinds of things in the music industry. I know you were working with Conejo, the rapper.
Yes, I was. I love Conejo. I have basically I'm just waiting for someone to call me him. But I wasn't at the last show.
Yeah, the Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was in Saudi Arabia.
I noticed your absence. I was there.
Yeah, so I was in Saudi Arabia for that time, but also I was told I was not going to play it, and you know there's a couple of games that are going on, but you know what? I'm happy for everybody, and Conejo and my bandmates from Crazy Town, Philip and Spoon, and also they're actually from Bang Rock, and also from, you know, just stuff that I've been doing like prior. So
Yeah, and so Conejo's doing some feature film stuff. I'm sure you see.
Yeah, he's been in Colombia and doing a lot of cool stuff. It's amazing to me. I used to do a couple of things like that, but I kind of quit because it took so long. I was in the TV show Bones, and it took like 6 months to actually get a call from a casting company or something. So they said, man, you can get, you know, put in all these TV shows. You can do it. So I was like, okay, try to do it. And they were like, oh, I don't fit any characters. I think they wanted to rent my car, like, because if you have a car, and they're like, shit, I want to rent your whatever I had at the time, and
a V6 or something. Truck.
No, I didn't have anything nice then. It was like a Corolla or something, and they were like, let us rent it. And they rented it for $100, and I just sat there in the street while they filmed something, and they're like, all right, get this car out of here, ugly ass car. But
this is Hollywood, people.
That was my first
behind
one.
the scenes.
It was my car, not even me. And then some guy called me because, of course, I have my stage name, but I have my real name. And so my phone was like, hello, can I speak with so-and-so? And I was like, how do they know my name? I was like, you got the wrong number. So I was like, dude. And he called back again. I was like, sir, you got the wrong number. This is not him.
You hung up on
I was like, come on. And he is like, sir, dude. I was like, that was my first time thinking it's like a, what are those calls that always call me every day?
Like
just
being punked?
No, not
like
even
a crank.
punk. No, they're asking me about.
Spammer.
It's just a spam, yeah. So spam all day. I get the ones for senior citizens, for your call. Hi, we're calling you. You ordered a coffin, or
coffin.
Or would you like to be cremated?
What
and I'm
the
like,
hell?
who sent this to my phone? Because I'm just
I haven't
getting
gotten
those.
that one yet.
And I got the insurance and the insurance for. Or the $20,000 off, like all these crazy
That's
things.
super
Like,
personal.
hi.
First question, do you want to be cremated? It's like,
would you like a coffin or cremation? We got the best hookup for you. So I've been getting a couple of those, but that first one was from Fox TV, and I thought, because you know, keeps on calling me with my name, so I was like, is this the court or somebody trying to find me? So so finally on the last one, I said, listen, what is it? And he's like, man, I'm trying to cast you in the TV show Bones, and you're a perfect fit for blah, blah. And I said, oh, finally, 6 months later. cool, we need money. So I went and I filmed from 6 a.m. to, I think, 5:59 a.m.
Yeah,
in the
those are
morning.
some long
It was
days.
a whole 24 hours, but
Damn.
just so they didn't have to pay you extra time, they were like, oh, they already have to pay you after, I think, 12 hours, I think, right?
Yeah.
But I think if you go over 24, something happened. But I only got $190 for that whole time I was there.
Oh, that's
Which
crazy.
is, it was great back then. I think this is like 10 years ago. And then I did a couple of Tattoo Nightmares and other stuff. But
Is that a reality show?
yes.
That sounds like a reality show.
Yeah, it's a reality show. It's just like it's a fake.
Did you get tatted?
It's a fake tattoo thing where I'm the tattoo artist and they pull sailors, like they put people like they're sailors. But they were like, if you can find it, if anybody can find it, I'm not the best actor. But it was like, they were like, I need you to be mean. And I'm like, shit, I have Michael Jackson's voice, so I can't be mean. I can't be like, hey, Like, so I have like a calmer type of voice. So I was just like, I was failing totally because they were like, all right, come here. All right, Marines, come in. And then hey, come here, what do you want? And that's what it was, like, what do you want? But I wasn't strong enough
You weren't believable.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know, maybe they put Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Well, when you pulled up today, you caused a
I
little bit of
caused
a
ruckus, guys. I had the police downstairs. They were like, who is this guy?
Our building police was
This
on
guy has
it.
a crip stick on his ear. That's what
That's
they call
right.
it.
That's for after the show.
Yeah, they call a
I've
joint a
never
crip
heard.
stick.
I've never heard it called that before.
Shout out to Pac-Man, and Corrupt. I also, speaking of Corrupt, I haven't seen him in a while, but I've actually drummed with him.
Shout out the Dog Pound.
Shout out to DPG. And so I miss those people. And Pac-Man, he was just here for Christmas, but Pac-Man, Bang Rock, we're gonna have a reunion soon. So.
Oh man,
Yeah.
well hopefully I can be invited to that if it's
course.
a public event.
Yeah, I have some shows coming up at the Three of Cups. It's down over here, I think off of Vine Street.
Okay.
And my boy Adrian is looking there, so we're about to have some emo nights. I've done my Rotten Rollin emo night at the Whiskey A Go Go for twice already. I wanted to do it at Viper, but now I think that we're just gonna do it at Three of Cups and make it like a monthly thing, hopefully.
So do you have to dress emo if you go to?
No, I mean you can dress however you want, but just if you wear black, you can, that's it.
Does who is it? Kat Von D's. She has a best friend. Do you know who he is?
Oh,
What's
is that her
his
stylist?
name? Maybe it's her stylist.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's so nice, but he wears the scariest makeup.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to put him on blast, but he's a really nice guy.
Shout out to Prayers.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to interview Prayers. I love his music. But, I actually was at Kat Von D's and his little boy's birthday party at their house.
Nice, okay.
And that lady, what's her name? Cha-Cha?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I guess Kat Von D is best friends with her.
Okay.
I don't think, no, Charo.
Charo. Okay,
Charo.
yeah.
And she was there. It was really surreal.
Yeah,
But
I grew up with that. I'm from El Paso, Texas, so all the Latino swag and stuff like that, like I always seeing her on TV when I was a kid.
She's still killing it.
Even Elvira, I think is she Latina?
That's a good question.
Yeah. But I am actually a whole bunch of stuff. I'm a mutt. So I'm Puerto Rican, Black, Apache Indian, and who knows what else. But I think of myself as a Native American because I'm an empath and so many other things, a healer. And so I think that I'm part of the earth, I think, right?
I love that. Yes. I noticed you do a lot of posts on your Instagram,
Try to be positive.
Yeah.
Every day, PMA.
And I love that stuff. I could go down like a rabbit
List of
hole,
it.
with that stuff too. I'm really into that stuff. So you've actually, had a crazy life.
That's right.
Speaking of all the cultures that you one time you were actually homeless,
That's right.
You lived in New York and you were homeless?
Yes. I was there. I probably lived maybe like 20 years of my life there in New York City, maybe. For sure. Well, I moved there when I was 18, then moved back when I was 21, and then I continued to stay. I think I've been here 14 years in LA,
Okay.
but I'm 47 now. I don't have to lie about my age, but Native American don't crack, right?
So they
So I
say.
hope, right? But yeah, so it was hard, but it was also I was just talking to somebody about that today because they were like, how can you be homeless? But it's like if you live far away from your job, and then your job closes at 6 a.m. I guess what time? If you take all the jobs, so if I got to go clean it up, like the bar or something, I got to be there in the morning to clean it up, either at when they open at 9, or you just stay there and start to clean. Like the cleaners usually come when it closes, and then they go home when it opens up.
Mm-hmm.
But I would back then I had a lot of learned a lot, but I worked in restaurants and clubs or different stuff, and I was also a party promoter. But even at being a party promoter, I was still homeless because I was in a couple of bands and stuff. So it would be like staying at so and so's house or just partying till 6 a.m. in the morning and then being like, oh, let's go have breakfast, and then oh, the bar opens at 9, we're gonna go drink again. It was outrageous. So I was a bit of a drunk in New York, and it how can I say, I lost my first kids, like not they didn't die, but they were taken away, and I think I just went into a drunken state.
Mm.
But everybody or everywhere I worked, they didn't care because that's what do? You sell
Yeah.
alcohol. I was selling alcohol to rich people at my tables. So it was like, and since I looked different and I had a different kind of crew or beautiful girls with me all the time, it was like
Accepted.
the millionaires and people, Wall Street kids and stuff, they were like, they wanted to be on that table where she was, or whoever was there, and they were like, oh, I'll buy a bottle. And bottle
That's so
back then it's like
interesting.
$5 to $7 grand. So I'd have these people. I met a lot of friends who bought them, but I was actually buying them for $150. So if they paid 7 grand, the club made something like they took the 150 off, and then they would give me a part of the thing. So anyways, I had tons of money, but I was just in like nowhere. I didn't have a credit card, didn't have ID, and have nothing to get a place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was very hard to do that. Or if you got to go to, get IDs or whatever, it's like the whole day. You got to sit there the whole day at the office.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's such
Shout
a
out to the
pain.
shout out to the DMV, and thank you guys, DMV, for now allowing to have an ID sent to you from your house. After COVID, a lot of things changed because before I would go to the DMV, and then you're there at 5:15, and they're closing at 6, and they finally call your number.
Speaking of which, I've been using an Arizona driver's license because I lost my California one, and the Arizona driver's license are good for like
Forever?
40 years.
Oh my gosh!
The expiration date is 2044. But I just reordered.
I'm moving to Arizona, guys.
I just
I'm
reordered
kidding.
it, so.
We're gonna rebuild California.
And people don't care. I'll show. I'm like, it's my Arizona ID. As long as it's not expired, they take it.
Hey, so my passport is till 2032, which is wild because before it was like 2023, and now it's, well, I guess it's 10 more years, I guess, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe less.
Time is flying by, man.
Yeah.
I cannot believe but we say this, I feel like every year people say this, right? Time flies by so fast, and
Yeah.
this year is going to be the best year ever. But
Then that was in January, and then 2 weeks later we're back to Christmas. You know what I mean? I left my Christmas tree up because I was like, you know what? It's gonna come so fast.
You know
just leave it there.
I didn't even put mine up this year.
Oh man.
Because I'm single, and I just was like, I don't care. Who cares? No one's coming to my house. Like, I did put out like some little, trinkets, but I didn't even put a tree up.
Yeah.
It was and I have one. It's fake. It's in my closet.
Right.
I didn't even pull it out.
I wanted to get the crooked one from the Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
I saw they were selling those, but we have one. But usually my house is Halloween like every time, So
All year round.
yeah, so it's like Halloween and Christmas together at the same time right now. So
That's cool.
it's good, yeah.
No, I like that. No, I like your swag, man.
Thank you. This is my brand, Rollin. Also this T-shirt and the shoes too. These are Rotten as well.
So how can we support, I know you got your song, but
I got LinkedIn, and we'll post that. A lot of my stuff is like more like if you know me, it's easier to get it. But if you're in LA, I'll drop it off to you. Like if you see some stuff
dope.
Me and my boy Christian Molina, he's one of my greatest supporters for the clothing brand. I also have my boy Renee Chavira, and he has his company that's from El Paso, Texas. I'm going to post it once we have it. I don't have it right now, but we've been making some MMA shorts with my logo on it, but all my tattoos as well. Like, so the shorts are like basically biomechanical alien artwork on the shorts. I'll post them. We'll post a little thing to show them, but I got those for sale, and we took them to Saudi Arabia, and they worked great in the hot tub, so it's real high quality clothing. Anything that I got, it's the best. I got beanies, ski masks.
I know MGK was rocking.
MGK was rocking it. Yes, he was.
Have you talked to him recently?
No.
No. I know he's having a baby soon.
Oh man, congratulations.
From Megan Fox.
Yeah. No, it's wild. We met him at a Youngblood concert, which we love Youngblood. And,
I love him. He's from the UK, right?
He's from the UK.
I like him too. He
So,
seems like a really.
He's a positive person too. I
yeah.
mean, I know he can use the opposite spectrum of you know what I mean. Like, he has a few songs that are
emo.
Everything. I don't know how to explain it, but he's super dope. And but like myself, my songs, I don't know. I think I've written them from my crazy life. Which you said that, and it's so wild because that's the name of my book that before I joined Crazy Town, I was like writing a book about my crazy life, and then so happens that I joined Crazy Town, and I was just like, I told Seth, bro, look, I have my
Seth is Shifty.
Yeah, Seth is Shifty. Yes, I showed him. Look, this is like my guy Jonathan. Jonathan Shepard. He's a great book writer and poetry writer actually, and he's been putting out tons of poetry for a long time. I'm actually a tattoo artist as well, but I'm saying he was my ghostwriter. So we had been, while I would tattoo him, I would tell him stories, and then he would record it and then write it later. Because some of my stories are XXX or something, and I just say whatever it is. But he's like, shoot, you can't write that in a book, or you can, but it's just like, it's super. Anyways, it was just super.
Then
raw
it puts
stuff.
it in a different.
But so when I read it, it was like reading my
genre.
story, but like a cleaner version, or like. But even some of the stuff that I say or have encountered, it's so odd that it makes the story amazing. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because the truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
I'm sure your life you couldn't even make up if you wanted to.
I couldn't. No. Shout out to my first band, Boot, which was a ska band, and it started there. So I'll talk about some of that part in the book, because it was like our manager, who rode around with us and took us everywhere, Danny Garcia. He was with Germ Records. That was my first label that we were on, and his brother was in Pissing Razors, which toured with other groups like Pantera and stuff like that. So he's been a big plug since I was 13, and that's what I moved to New York because he gave me a place to stay with my wife, and then I had a baby, and then she moved back home, and I moved back home, and took the kids away, and then I moved back, but always doing music. But when we were kids, when I was 13, I was in a van, and most of the places that you play at in Texas are strip clubs. So I was like, wow.
That's so crazy. And you're 13.
I'm 13, and I'm going into the bathroom, and there's lips to pee in. You know what I mean? So it's just like, what is this, you know? And
So,
like,
oh my God, so you're living like the Usher, you know,
yeah, I was too young. I was too young, and
the
then they were
flavor
like,
camp, isn't
and
that
I was
what?
short too back then. I was 5 feet, or probably even shorter then. If when I was 13, I'm not sure, but the women at the place, I was just like, oh my God, because I was so small, and they're wearing big high heels. But I'd be like, oh my God, but they were like, oh, you're so cute, come here, let me hold you. But I'm like, oh my God, run. You know, there's a meme about a kid these days, but I was 13, but I got used to it, and then we'd always go there and just like, oh, my friend Jenna or whoever. But when I was a kid, God bless.
Well, that's good if they took care of you.
Yeah, and shout out to Boot again. Those are cool kids. Yeah, so that was part of the book, and just like stuff like that. That's just so wild, and being homeless. I had a job in New York City killing rats. So, see, so that's like it was
That's
like so there was a
crazy.
subway station that you walk out of near Alphabet City, the F train, and it's directly to like Domino's Pizza, which is still there. And I guess the owner of Domino's, they had like a dumpster, and for some reason I always walked out when they're doing it, like, please, you want a job? Here, $5 a rat. And I'm like, $5 a rat. And they're like, we're gonna move the thing.
Are they the big ones too?
Big ones, small ones, any.
You've seen them all.
I've seen them all, but like I seen deformed ones, or you know what I mean, just like the craziest of crazy stuff. But he'd give you a stick with a nail on it, and then they open the thing, and you just like hit them and give you a little pan. But anyways, that was like one of my first jobs in New York City is doing that. And I killed like 100 and something rats. And gave me all this money. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm rich. I was like, can I work for you? So, but there's so
That's
many
a
rats
lot
that
of
they
rats.
just do it all the time, just because they come down from the subway or they're hiding in the restaurant. One of the restaurants I worked at too, there was only one rat, and he was the main rat, and this guy was the size of a cat, and he had a tail.
Oh my God!
It was like 3 foot long.
You took it down?
I didn't take it down. No, he was too fast. He was fast.
I mean, he didn't get that big out of being dumb. He knew how to survive.
I think he lived in the freezer where they had the food.
He had an apartment set up.
Holy shit!
He paid taxes.
I would just anytime I'd come downstairs to the basement, you'd see like him go somewhere, and you just see the tail hanging out.
Oh my God, that's so creepy.
Yeah. So I lived that life.
That's
so
great.
the Ninja Turtles are real.
Moral of the story: Master Splinter.
Master Splinter is alive.
He did not kill him.
I did not kill him.
Thank you.
Not Master Splinter.
We hope he's well into retirement now. Man, well, so, you did mention, we just want to talk about your song. And, again, we are in LA.
Yes.
We're processing, going through recovery right now. The fires are still active, but they seem to be controlled. And hopefully that stays that way and they continue to actually be put out. But I love that you have decided to, repost your song. And I just want to know what we could do that's going to actually help raise money. Do we just keep listening to your song?
No. I think so. What we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do like a GoFundMe for a, for anybody who's needing, and with my song included, like whoever, I'm going to do like a pre-sale prior to it coming out, and I'll give half of the money to because I'm also in there with the producer, which is Riff Grimes, Brian Spencer, and Raven Gray, and other people who are involved with it. So like, I'm sure that they would be happy to do whatever. But I don't need anything. But I just wanted to dedicate it to the city, or to the families, or anybody who's been hurt or misplaced, or just whatever I can do with that. I'm even thinking about my whole catalog. I'm not sure what, but I'm saying this one's Into the Flames, so it's just like it's the same subject.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful song. It's actually movie ready. Like, I hope someone will pick it up for movies. I've been trying to build music that's ready it's radio ready, or it's very cinematic or thoughtful.
Yeah.
Curing positive vibes and stuff like that. So this is a love song. It may be a little bit negative because it's, if you're crying for someone, it is sad. But I made it in the best form that I could.
Yeah, no.
And Raven killed it.
And
Raven Gray.
Raven, she's the singer.
She's a singer, the most amazing singer I've ever met.
Oh my God, I feel like I've heard that name before. Maybe it's because of you.
I'm sure, yeah. She's a super amazing singer. She actually just got off tour with Mimi Barks in England. We did Louder Than Life Music Festival last year. Mm-hmm. Not last year, probably the year before, but this year just came, so that was amazing. And so she's been trekking and getting up there. She has a song that's been remixed by Rez also. She's a great DJ, and and also Mimi Barks, she has a song with her as well that they just did a tour with it. So she's been trailing. I'm trying with my music. Hopefully something can pop sometime.
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely working,
Yeah, trying to work.
So you're definitely making moves in the industry like you have been doing for.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It gets crazy because it's like, okay, I'm getting older, but it's like I've worked.
Doesn't stop.
I've worked with Young Dirty
Bastard.
Bastard.
It's like the mob.
Wu-Tang.
They say, once you think.
Oh yeah, once you think it's over, it's not over. Yeah.
Just get pulled right back in.
But shout out to Young Dirty Bastard, Wu-Tang, Capadonna, different people from the Wu-Tang clan that I've actually worked with and stuff. And it goes from the past, Lil Zane, just different artists that I've come across and done shows with and stuff like that. So I mean, I've been doing it for a very long time, starting when I was a kid until now. But now it's like we're in sad times. We had the pandemic. Now we have like our whole city catching on fire.
Yes, it was reminiscent of COVID. I felt as well because I couldn't go outside. Yeah. I felt
well. They didn't even put like restrictions like last time when that
happened.
They
had a curfew. Did you hear about the curfew and they were arresting people?
Oh yeah.
This is like some LA stuff. So whoever is not in LA, you guys probably never heard about this, but they put a curfew.
When I was a kid, I had a curfew in El Paso, Texas, and
like a citywide.
I think maybe just my neighborhood or something, but it was like at 8 o'clock, you get picked up. Like if you're in the streets, like
that's so funny.
Maybe they call you, but I remember driving home on my bike from 7-Eleven, and they're like, beep, and pull you over, and they're just like, oh man, I'm on my bike, come on, I'm right here at my house. Nope, come here, get in the cuffs, put my bike on the roof, and ring my doorbell and be like, hey, you're not controlling your kids, but it's okay. Yeah. But I'm like, hey, I went to go buy Diet Coke, you know what I mean? Like, I'd have soda for my mom or whatever they wanted me to go buy, and they'd be like, oh, not thinking about the curfew, I guess, you know what I mean? But me, I was like, I rode a BMX bikes or skateboards, whatever, but I usually take my bike because I was fast with it. So get there, get the soda, and come back dry. It was wild.
Yeah, so we are going to be on the lookout for your song, and we're going to have all his links in the description, so you can follow him on Instagram. Do you have a YouTube channel?
By the time you do this, I do have one. Okay. I do have one, but I never set it up myself. Like, I don't know who set it up, so shout out to that person. But I'm going to make a brand new one with everything that I have ever done and just pop it on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will have all of his links in the description, and just stay up to date with him so we can help support the fundraiser for the people that have been affected by the LA fires. And I'm so happy you're doing that, and we'll do everything we can to help you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's got great music. You guys see, he's already connected. He works with all the greats. You are on worldwide tours, getting invited to Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Thomas.
Which
greatest
is
drummer in the world.
Saudi Arabia is definitely a goal, man. If you can get invited there, I feel like you've definitely made it.
Guys, it was so great, and the people there are so beautiful, and I saw their culture. Their workers are amazing. Like, they built some of this, stuff for the fight probably weeks prior to, but I'm saying they were still doing overnight, and it's beautiful. Shout out to Saudi Arabia.
So, like, as we were saying, make sure you are following him. Stay tapped in. Stream the new song so we can raise money for the LA fires. And next time you got a show in LA, I can't wait. You said you got the emo thing coming up, maybe?
Yes, I have an emo show coming up sometime. I think maybe I might do it on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Emo goth party. Shout out to my band Six, Something Inside Could Kill, Raven Gray, Amy Barks.
I might have to stop by that night.
Hollywood Apocalypse, Mob Collective, my boy Josh, he's amazing. I also have Greatest Hits record that I'm going to push as well, and we'll have some of his music on there too, so it's going to be good.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on this
Thanks for having me.
Cheers to, hopefully 2025.
Cheers, guys. We're going to try to get some money for the fires.
LA is strong, so.
Pray for LA.
Yeah, pray for LA, and thank you for being my first guest for
No problem.
2025.
You got it.
All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you like about
Right
this
here.
episode, and make sure you go tap in with Rollin.
Peace.